Very excited to be joined by Lisa, the Underwriting Director at Optimum Re. Very nice to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course, excited to chat with you. So I think just to start, maybe we can talk a little bit about your organization and then your role in the life insurance sector.
It's the Optimum Group. It's a privately held organization. We do business in the Caribbean, Canada, France, consulting, research and development. We also do direct life, property casualty, asset management. So for the life reinsurance part in the United States, which I'm a part of, we want to partner with our customers and do whatever they need. It's not an out-of-the-box solution for everybody. It's conversations coming in to say, what are your needs? How can we help you be successful in this?
That's great. And kind of to that point, as the Underwriting Director, what are some of the challenges that you guys were looking to solve before adopting tools like DigitalOwl?
We were looking for a way to assimilate large numbers of medical records, because we get files where there's maybe 3,000 pages of medical records, and they're from various doctors. They're not always in chronological order. They're certainly not in disease-specific order. And that's something that we found that DigitalOwl was able to offer us, not as a way to take the place of humans, but to make them more efficient.
And that's something we've kind of talked about too, of almost like normalizing all these crazy records, right? So ensuring that your team is going to get the same format that they're become accustomed to and comfortable with, instead of kind of trying to piece things together when you get some of those crazy outliers.
Exactly, you hit the ground running when everything's there. I mean, the information that you need to rate a case, it's not there when you get the medical records. You've got to do a lot of massaging of that. And the main benefit for us to help with these initiatives is to save time. We do a lot of education, we do a lot of research and development, and we review a lot of medical records. We saw DigitalOwl as a great opportunity, a great resource to help us be able to do more with the staff that we had. And then the underwriting training that we received from DigitalOwl, it was nice because it was a couple of different meetings. The underwriters were able to ask questions and get comfortable with how do we use the tool? Because you can make some assumptions that may not have been correct, and you wouldn't have gotten everything out of it, or the underwriters wouldn't have if we hadn't had those meetings.
Yeah.
And then you asked for the underwriters' feedback to say what are you challenged by? Brought that back to DigitalOwl, and you guys were very open with that. We felt like we've been very well onboarded and we've been listened to.
As a customer success rep, I'm always happy to hear that. And I know we did bring on a new team member recently who was an underwriter for 25 plus years, and I feel like that has also really helped. I always say on those calls, there's a language that I don't speak.
Yes, exactly. She's the interpreter for
exactly.
us.
That is exactly how it feels. So, knowing that this is like a new tool that's being introduced and there is that learning curve, what gave Optimum Re the confidence to take on a partnership with kind of this innovator like DigitalOwl?
Yeah, it took a little time, I'll be honest about that, because we do look at things from all different angles. We had hundreds of cases that we had underwritten and we had audited, and we used those as test subjects for the summarization service. And we checked the quality against what we found, and it was extremely good. It was like, I think 98%, it was very high. And that process helped us to move forward and get buy-in from everybody that needed to sign off on the new tool.
Yeah, we always say we expect people to kick the tires a little bit. I think in this industry that is ingrained. So
it is ingrained.
It's just a part of the process. So we've become pretty comfortable with that too. But I'm glad to hear that was a successful kind of period for you guys.
It was a success.
So is there any advice you would give to somebody who is still on the fence and considering introducing something like DigitalOwl into their processes?
Sure. I would say do a trial, send a couple files over and see what the feedback is. I would say to talk to you guys about the right way to use the tool, because it is helpful. There are some assumptions that you can make that are incorrect in using the tool. And to not form bad habits before they start was probably helpful.
Yeah.
And understanding that this isn't taking the place of an underwriter. There might be some hope of saying, oh, we can replace underwriters, or we don't need as many But that's really not the case. You still need the expertise. This is just an organization of information. We can all benefit from it, and it doesn't take anything away from our own business.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for taking the time to sit and chat with us. It was super interesting to hear about your experience so far.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the time here.